What's up, everybody? Walk and talk, Grand Rising. I hope your day is wonderful and full of blessings and good luck. Okay, let me get right into it. So I was on TikTok and I was just, rolling through the videos, whatever. And I came across this one video where a sister, she was a black American woman, and she was talking about the death of this African girl. Some say she was South African, some say no, she was Zimbabwean, and she lived in South Africa. I don't know what she was. She was African. So she recently passed, and there was nobody in that comment section who knew of her or heard of the type of videos that she used to make that gave her any love. They gave her no love at all. So the girl was online, just like Africans most. I don't have to tell you, I'm not talking about all, but I'm talking about a consensus, okay? How they get online and they start talking mad shit about black American people. And I mean evil shit. I've heard things from them that I've never heard from a stone cold white racist living in Alabama say. Plus they pick up white racist talking points against us, plus add their own. So nearly all, I'm gonna say all, from my experiences, from listening to them since 2010, all of the interactions between them against us has been, for the most part, it's been relentless and unprovoked. So they was talking about the girl was saying that, making fun of our enslavement, mocking our struggle. It's not it's well known that Africans don't respect our struggle. And I don't know what that means coming from them. That's weird to me. It makes no sense. Making fun, talking shit about our ancestors, hating on our ancestors. Girl, what is wrong with you? Okay? What's going on with you? I have seen this evil coming from them since 2010. I never saw nothing like this. I never even really heard even white folks say those hateful things about our ancestors. I don't know what type of hatred these people have inside of them, but I know that when they have tribalism against each other with a vengeance, and when they have civil wars, they do things to each other that you probably couldn't even think of being done to people. Okay? So let's take the Ugandan, I think it's LRA, Lord's Resistance Army, where these soldiers would go into the different villages in Africa and wage war against innocent people who they know have no means of protection. And they would do some of the most savage things to these people, like gang rape a little girl in front of her mom and dad. Then they would cut off the genitals of the father and make the family eat it. Okay? They will make, now this is not just the Lord's Resistance Army. They will make a son have relations with his mom for fun, just to do it. And then They would take the young girls and the boys, turn the boys into soldiers, and make the young girls sex slaves. Okay? So these kids damaged for life. Remember what was done to them between their own moms. I'm pretty sure they did the same thing with the little girls and the dads and the brothers and the sisters. And now they got to work for these demons, damaged for life. So I'm pretty sure the survivors who learned of these things would have an intense amount of hatred for certain African tribes, and I don't blame them. So their tribalism extends to other melanated people wherever they go. Okay? So don't let nobody say to you, oh, they just don't like Americans. That's a lie. They have the same type of fights and animosities against the Caribbeans in Europe. All right? I don't know if it's so bad now, but I heard about it from years ago, and it was very nasty. All right? So let's go back to this African woman online. Not only was she spitting on our struggle, spitting on our ancestors, but she was getting ready to do something for Black History Month to mock it. And she was trying to get other people on board, other Africans. I think they said she had a Caribbean friend or whatever. I don't know. Come to find out, she'll never be able to do that, not in this lifetime, because she's deceased. Now, let's talk about what happened to her according to what I was told. She killed herself. She unalived herself, excuse me. And guess how they say she did this? By rope. The same things that she made fun of us for happening to our ancestors. She took herself out by a rope. You know what? I don't, laugh and rejoice at the end of somebody, no matter how that end came about. But I could care less about this girl, okay? Whoever the hell she was. All right. So let me talk about another situation. So I'm on Fanbase, kicking it on Fanbase. You don't know, look them up. It's another social media platform, okay? So they have these audio rooms that you can choose to go into and choose to leave at will. You can start one. So I'm in this audio room, and this he's East African. I'm not sure what type. I think he's either Ethiopian or Somali. He came into one of our rooms where we were talking about everything but a damn Somali, and started talking about how Elon Omar was attacked. She was sprayed. And check this out. Oh my God. He gonna say no Black people was there to help her. Y'all are not helping the Somali fight. You're not helping our community at all. And we're in there, I'm basically scratching our heads. First of all, wasn't nobody talking about that. All right? Nobody's talking about that. We're in our room talking about what the hell we want to talk about. All right? And now you are accusing us of this thing happening to somebody we don't know nothing about. And on top of that, she's a criminal and got the nerve to act entitled. Him being an East African, I know he has got to know how Somali people, as a rule, I'm gonna say, I'm confident to say 95 of them how they feel about us Americans, melanated Americans, black Americans. Since 2010, I haven't seen anything but hate, disdain, vitriol, name calling, etc., 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 relentless and unprovoked from their group and other Africans. All right? Since 2010, y'all. But for some reason, we're supposed to come to their defense when they spat on our struggle, said we were got a victim consciousness and another white racist talking point and all this. Now that you're being targeted by the same white people that you used to team up with against us, now you want our help. These same white people who you were teaming up against them like you were the best of friends, the same ones today calling for your ass to be deported. They're the same people sitting up there crying about what ICE is doing and what Trump said and blah, blah this, blah, blah that. I used to tell them back in the day, you don't know where you're at. and always, it's always something that pops out, jumps out that has everything to do with specifically them being targeted in some way, just like when we had an Ebola scare. They kind of shut up. They went into hiding. After a while, they came back out with their same machetes against us for some weird reason. And then there was another incident. They went back into the huts and then came back out with their machetes once again. Now they're back in their huts, mental huts, and they're getting ready to come back out again once this blows over. Hopefully it doesn't, okay? Because we cannot afford to have a vicious enemy among us who look like us, and we can't even tell them the difference between us and them a lot of times because they don't have their accents anymore. You got a dangerous enemy. So they could just take 95% of them and send them right back to that African country that they came from, as far as I'm concerned. All right? So, I got off the subject of that dude on Fanbase East Africa who talking shit. So I said, wait a minute. I'm back on him now. I said, wait a minute. When Somalis started coming here, they didn't want nothing to do with us, which is fine. You know, we don't need you to do anything for us. We never did, never will. We don't need you to come to our rallies, come to our whatever protests, marches, whatever. We never needed you, never asked you to. But what you should have did was bring your ass over here and be neutral and handle your business and stay out of ours. Instead, you went to some of the worst, meanest, and most racist white people and started rubbing shoulders with them and coming at us with them or without them against us. So now you want our help? So that's what I said to him. I said, you know what? I saw a video of, I don't know if he was an imam, he was Somali, he's maybe some type of high figure in the Somali Muslim community. And he was talking to a group of people talking about how Black Americans are the result of one night stands. That's why we don't know our fathers. We don't know who our fathers are, because every last one of us are results of one night stands. People in The Somali people in the audience were laughing and all that. King, you can just laugh now. Keep laughing. Not only that, I told him, you know what? You tell Somali people who said that we ain't got no fathers because we're the result, who repeated that shit. I've heard them say it. We don't know who our fathers is. Tell them we can't help them now because we're trying to find our fathers. We trying to find out who they are, where they at. We ain't seen them none of our life and tell them that that's what we're doing. He had the nerve to say that I had hatred in my heart. Oh my God. I guess somebody who didn't know any better might have said, got a little upset about that. But what I have known since 2010, I brushed it off. These people play games with us. They're playing a game with us. Now, you know that all Somalis, from my experience, nearly all of them always say, we're not black, we're Somali. They even say that to Africans. We're not black, we're Somalis. I think they don't even see themselves as Africans. They want to see themselves as Arabs. This is what they say, which is, we don't care, it's none of our business. But now they're claiming to be black. What happened? Why you flip-flop? What made you change your minds? I see a lot of Africans and Caribbeans have changed their minds about the label black because in 2010, 2012, 2015, 16, 17, they were saying, we're not black. I ain't black. I mean, this Caribbean dude at work told me that because I didn't know he was Bajan. I didn't know because he didn't have no accent. He was cool with all of us and all that. And one day I said something about, as black people, he said, I ain't black. I said, what? I didn't know. Told me he was Bajan. That's what they were all saying. Now we're saying, yeah, you're not black. You're whoever you are. You are. Black is something that us here in America have been using for a few decades now. So no, you're not. Now they're saying we're black too. We're just as black as you, and you ain't got no, authority over blackness. And so I thought you MFs said we weren't black. You weren't black. All this time now you're black. Why are they flip-flopping? Is it because the reparations talk? Sweetheart, we're not going to get reparations the type like we're saying we want. It's not going to happen like that. All right, it's not going to be monetary. It's going to come in another way. But I'm wondering, did they start calling themselves black so they could possibly qualify just in case some type of reparations were justly administered to our people? Is that it? Is that why you want to claim black? You freaking maggot? Is that why? Freeloading, dirty low down, flip-flopping, bipolar, hateful, tribal maggot. You know what? I don't know about y'all, but I ain't gonna never play no games with these people. I pretty much ignore them. I used to go for them back to back. Okay? They used to come at us. I come at them strong. I don't do that shit no more. Let them talk, cry, or whatever. All we have done is open the door for them to make money off of these social media platforms. And all they have to do is say something about us. Got 100,000 likes, 1 million views. You got people now who are friending you, following you, and now you're monetized and making money off of us. Stop it, my people. Stop giving them the opportunity, to make a boatload of income off of us. They have to learn how to do it on their own accord. They're going to have to learn how to do some videos that people want to watch instead of depending on us to make money. So, I'm done. I don't care what nobody say, baby. Delineation, FBA, Indigenous, and American forever. Peace.